you're broken up with someone or someone broke up with you, and like as your emotions are raining down on you and blaming pieces, you kind of look back over the past few months and realize your relationship kind of looks exactly the same as the last one did. So maybe your exes don't look completely alike or don't have all the same issues, but sometimes you reach a point in your dating life where you realize there's some patterns that are coming up. There's some situations or types of people you're attracting that just seem to repeat in this endless loop. We're gonna make mistakes in life, and a lot of times we're gonna make the same mistakes until something clicks and we decide to shift the pattern. Today we're gonna look at your exes, as painful as that might be, figure out what patterns in your dating life are not working, what needs to change, and I'm gonna give you the tools to build a blueprint for a positive dating future. All right, get out a piece of paper or a journal, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna list everybody that you've ever had some type of romantic connection with. So once you've listed all the names and have addressed any emotions that might come up, I want you to go through and detail the relationship. So write down for each person how it began, how you met this person, where you met this person, what happened when you met, and then go into what the relationship itself looks like. Then we're gonna move into the next column, which is why the relationship ended, how it ended, who ended it, what the circumstances were. And then once you've done that, so you have beginning, middle, end of the relationship, you're gonna go and for each individual person, you're going to list their traits, list them for who they are as a person. Then I'm gonna have you list their issues and deal breakers, the things that you didn't like, things you couldn't stand, things that they needed to work on that they just wouldn't and that you couldn't even tolerate anymore. List all of that right now. All right, so now that we've done a fair amount of listing, what I'm gonna want you to do is look at these lists and see where the patterns are coming up. And really take the time to figure out either what you're doing or what you're choosing in other people that's causing these situations to play out. Now, what's really gonna help you in doing this is understanding that you're going through repetition compulsion. What psychologists say this is we continue to repeat a pattern because we're trying to work out some old personal drama that we didn't feel we got closure on. So let's say you dealt with a relationship that was emotionally abusive. So your brain is gonna try to recreate that experience until it feels like it gets the result it should have in the first place. So repetition compulsion never actually brings peace, it just causes you to be insane because you seek out the same people, the same events, the same experiences, and you try over and over and over again to get it right when really all you have to do is pick a new person or situation. And the brain doesn't want to admit this. You, on some level, are very afraid that, okay, if you go away from what's familiar and try something new and seek out something new, it's gonna feel really foreign and scary and it might not even work. So you're gonna go through all this pain and disappointment for nothing. So your brain pretty much concludes that it'll be a lot less painful to stay with what's familiar, and here you are picking out the same people and circumstances that are making you miserable in your love life. So, now that we've digested all that information, look at the qualities you listed for each of those people from your past, and I want you to find those qualities in yourself. Often we attract people who are dealing with issues very similar to our own. So for example, if you always find that you're attracting people who have commitment issues, I want you to look at your own life and be honest about where maybe you're not committing fully to things you set out to do, where you're not committing to your friends and family or other obligations you might have in your life. Alright, so at this point we've done a lot of analysis on your exes. And I know that probably wasn't that fun. But what we're gonna do now is list all of the qualities that you would like in your ideal partner. So once you've identified what type of partner you do want, I want you to really sit down and think about how you can become more like that person. Because the fact is, whatever we want out of a partner is actually what we deeply desire ourselves to be, or it's what we feel that we lack on some level. Now, any traits that you already have, well, that's great, you should keep them up. But any areas that you could improve on to become more like that ideal person will just cause you to feel more like a whole person, so that when somebody comes along next, you're able to really decide if they're a good match for your life. It takes trial and error, but doing exercises like this really helps you get an idea of what you've done in the past, so that in the future, you can be aware of these patterns and take conscious steps to break them. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below with any videos that you would like to see, and as usual, you will find a corresponding blog post linked in the description.